been a while.
Day. Yeah, it's been, what, a week?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful day outside today.
Uh-huh. How about that TikTok?
I think that made me
good.
so happy.
Yeah,
that made me so
I like
happy.
it.
And I was surprised that I enjoyed it so much, even though I experienced it.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun to watch.
I mean, like with the words and the cuts and the edits.
It's so awesome how you guys do that.
The team's amazing.
And
it's it's hard work, but it is fun work.
It looks great.
It does. And I've been showing it. I've been showing it to my friends because they haven't seen it.
Okay.
A lot of the podcasts, and I was showing to them, and they're like, this looks like a real podcast. And I was like,
really?
And I was like, it is a real podcast.
Oh, it is?
And they're like, how are you guys doing this? And I was like, we're not doing anything. And I was like, they're doing it.
Yeah. No,
we're just talking.
I literally would call you and say, oh, I'm recording, by the way.
We always reference that. Oh, I've started this. Yes. And then that's what we started doing here. Even when I built this, I would still just click the button, and we would just
And now we knock on the table.
We knock on the table, and there's a sound
music.
Check, and there is click pens and music,
and we have Grogu light going on here.
I think the Grogu light's great, and we have a lot of unsponsored stuff.
Yeah.
Which are really give them sponsor.
Which is really good.
Yeah. Please sponsor us, especially if you're Kentucky bourbon.
I think Kentucky. We can talk to them about that.
Yeah.
We will review your stuff on here.
So you asked me about my tattoo.
I did. So I think we should reference it because I've been asked by multiple people because it's almost like my bald head, right? Like it's something that you automatically see whenever you tune in.
Yeah, I didn't notice it as much until I watched the video. I was like,
right.
Wow, it's just like right there. It's
right
not like
there.
I'm trying to show off my tats or anything. So I have 2 shark tattoos, one here and one here. And I've got them because I was bumped twice by sharks, right? At different times. You've heard those stories, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at first, I thought I'll just put a shark tooth because I love shark teeth. I'd find them all the time. If you're like in the rivers in Florida or Alabama, if you go in like the sandy parts where the little rocks are, you'll find shark teeth. And so I have like little containers full of shark teeth that I found. And so I was like, I'll get a shark tooth. And so I got a shark tooth tattooed here, and it was really cool. And then I loved it. And then over and over, people would be like, so you really like pizza, huh? Why do you have a slice of pizza tattooed on your arm? Really small, too. Like
they're like, it's not a full pizza
it's like
slice.
For a dollhouse or something, like, I don't know. So I finally got sick of it. And right before I went to full-time college, I got this done.
I think it's sweet.
I went in, I go to Tats Taylor in Fort Lauderdale, not a sponsor. And Connie did all my work. And so I was like, Connie, I need something to cover that up. I want a shark. And we looked around. She's like, let's just do a hammerhead.
I think the hammerhead's dope.
I like it.
Hammerhead's really cool. And they're like, hammerheads are solo sharks too, aren't they?
They're solo when I think they're solo at night.
Yeah. They come back
cuddle
in
up during the day. And there's not a lot of video footage of them because they were scared of bubbles. Like, they don't like bubbles. So when divers would come down, they would just kind of scatter.
That's crazy.
And it wasn't until I think they designed the bubbleless air tanks. They have ones now that don't blow bubbles.
Yeah.
So now we can get more video footage of them, like in their schools of thousands and stuff like that. So.
Have you been diving?
I haven't. Just free diving. I used to free dive a lot and snorkeling. And but one day I want to learn to scuba. Absolutely, I would love to just spend.
I would do that.
I think
that'd be really
underwater.
Fun. You can get trained here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that'd be
Let's
fun.
do
to
it.
Louisville dive.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. I think it'd be a lot of fun. Yeah, I'll write that down.
Okay.
Do you want to
checklist here?
Yep. We have Get Bourbon. We have Sound Speed. We have Louisville.
It is indeed speeding.
Scuba diving. I'll love it. That'd be awesome.
Dive Center.
Anything I can do to get in the water.
Sounds great to me.
So I was I forget what I was signing up for. One of those different websites where you have to sign in and and it had has a secondary authentication and stuff. So you have to like remember your username, remember your password, and get your phone number, and then they text you a code. So then you got to get the phone out.
Oh yeah, I got to do it every time I log into my email.
Like 1, 2, and I have to like cover it up, and so I don't mix it up.
Yeah,
it's really annoying, and that's like a normal dyslexic thing, just being bothered by that kind of tech.
Yeah,
but this one had verification questions. You ever had those where it was like, "What city were you born in?" That kind of stuff. Like things that would be, might be able to find it on Google, but they're kind of personal, like your dad's middle name.
Like or your first pet's name or something like that.
And I was thinking about it, it's like, I'm really bad about those because I don't know how to spell my pet's name.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
I never wrote my pet's name down.
One of the worst ones, and I don't have any of these security settings now, so I can say this. My dog's name when I was growing up, my first pet's name was Angel. And I spelt that word wrong for years.
Okay. like angle?
Yeah, like angle, right?
I could totally do that.
And so it was spelt wrong in my security question.
Yeah.
But when it came up as a security question, I would Google it. I was like, how do you spell angel?
Right.
So I made sure I would spell it right.
Right.
I'd put it in and it'd be wrong.
You're wrong.
And I was like,
really you.
And I was like, what the hell?
That happens to me all the time.
Yep.
It's really frustrating. So I have to pick things that I know how to spell properly.
Yep. And you know that you're going to spell
questions.
properly later. Yeah, you'll know like later, like I'll always know how to spell this right.
Yeah, like, oh man. I mean,
I never thought about that.
It's really difficult. It's not for dyslexic people because those
Dude,
questions.
That's a great point.
Yeah, it was driving me nuts, and I was like, I've got to bring this up because it's driving me crazy.
And I'm sure there's other tech pieces that are like that. I mean, the numbers thing is crazy, but it's like 5 numbers, I think, that pop up. Now, what was cool on what iPhone was doing that was really cool, or MacBook, is it would automatically populate like if you got a text message, and then it's like you got a text message and you went back into this message, it would automatically
because they communicate
populate
with each other,
and it would put the number in. And it would say, "I'm sure these are related. Here's the number you're looking for," and it would just automatically put it in.
Wow!
And it stopped doing that recently.
Probably because hackers or something.
Yeah, but like it was doing that because I don't think it realized it was associated with security. It was just a convenience setting, I would assume, of some sorts, and that was awesome. But because of the Susan Barton program that I did in,
you can remember stuff.
Yeah, I can remember up to like 12 numbers. Man. Which has been really helpful for me with product codes.
Oh yeah.
So product codes is a huge thing in my job. Not in my it won't be as much in my new job.
I barely remember the copier code work. I have a hidden place for it where I have to look at it.
Well, I'm excited now because I'm getting a lot of new codes for email, but I'm going to be working from home, and I was like, I can just leave these like on a piece of paper.
Nice.
Bridget?
Was that the bat light?
Oh, so this is
the Bridget light.
This is the Bridget light. When she has commentary, and because it's fun, when she has commentary, she'll put it on solid blue. Is that what you're going to do?
Yeah.
Okay.
There you go.
What do you think about the...
Wait. Come over here and say it on camera.
Oh. Way to ruin the
flow. Way to ruin the flow there, Lucas.
Yeah, okay.
Bridget, everyone.
Hi, Bridget.
What do you think of like the Samsungs where you can draw like a little pattern? Do you think?
Yeah, that's a great point. Have you seen that?
Yeah,
alternative.
My daughter does that. She has these patterns that she does. I don't know.
I don't know that we would really be
for a 2-part authentication.
I don't. I would be curious to see what the difference in security level on that is, because Bridget has one on her phone and I know it, and I can remember that pattern, but it's a very simple pattern, but I can remember that a lot easier than I could if she had a passcode. Like I would never be able to remember somebody's passcode,
right? Unless
it was mine.
But even so, like with passcodes, I remember the pattern. So
yeah, it goes.
Because I don't know the numbers necessarily, but I know like dot, 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 I could see it in my head which way to do it.
Right before I went to New York City, I had to get a new phone, and so I got a new passcode, the one that very different than what I'd always used. And I had to create it a certain way because it was a work phone, and you had to have it we have to use the longer digit code instead of just doing the 4-digit. I think it's like a 6-digit.
Oh, okay.
For more security, and I forgot it. And my phone locked, and I was in New York, and I was in, I think, at the Grand Central Station.
Okay.
And I had to go find a clerk and call my mom, because it's the only phone number I know. And I called her, and I remember because I left from there, I was at their house before I went to New York. I had written it down like on her calendar, like on her desk, and I was like, "Mom, I need you to read me that code because it's code to my phone, and I need to be able to get home, get my plane tickets."
Wow.
And she answered this random number. And I'm behind this counter at Grand Central Station. And she answered the number. She goes, "Hey." She goes, "Hello, this is Paul Schumann." And I was like, "Hey, this is Jacob, your son." I was like, and she freaked out, obviously.
Right. You're in jail.
Yeah.
Obviously you were in jail.
Obviously I was in jail. And I was like, "No, I'm at Grand Central Station. I need you to walk over to the kitchen desk calendar. I know exactly, it's all visual. I know exactly where it's written. I know this there." And she goes, "Yeah, it's blah, 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 blah." I typed it in. This lady was like, "What in the hell is going on?" Right. She was like, "How do you not?" I locked myself fully out of my phone, and I only had one more try.
Okay.
Right? And I got it, and I got on my phone, and I was able to pull my plane tickets up, and it was absolutely wild. But that's a moment, right? Because that's not an easy thing for me to remember. Especially like after long periods of time, if I keep my code the same, I can remember it, right? It's just second
sometimes
nature.
They'll tell you have to change it.
You have to change it, and I'm like...
It can't be like the other one.
The Goodyear email code is 15 digits long.
Wow.
And I can't do that one. Yep.
Right. Yeah.
That's insane. That's a great point, though, because I never thought about the design of that, how
it's not dyslexic friendly.
It's not at all.
Yeah.
So how would you... I like Bridget's question, though. How would you make it... I mean, I guess the visual piece to it makes sense.
I mean, well, for like me, I got face recognition. It's been really helpful. So when I want to do something, it'll, first of all, before I can like enter the credit cards that are already kind of saved on the browser, it'll do a face recognition. Voice recognition would be helpful in the future. Fingerprints, which we already do. To get in my phone, I just use my fingerprint. Yeah. Which works great unless it's cold.
Right, and the face works great until the pandemic. Right.
So it's... You just take your face mask off and then put it back on.
And then you're just like, I'm sorry, I had to get in my phone.
Yeah. Hold on, guys. Hold your breath. Hold your breath.
Yep, hope I don't die, but I have to get in my phone.
You just hold your breath.
Yeah.
No big deal.
I think that's really interesting that I don't know if there will be a super dyslexic-friendly way to do passcodes, right, except for Face ID. But Face ID isn't always there, right? Sometimes it'll be like, nah, you got to enter your passcode because of some arbitrary...
I don't know. I think it'll go away. I really do.
So?
I think it'll be something like a hand scan or something like that. I think that's the future. I think that's the way we're going.
Already have like the fingerprint scan. So like my phone
that's what I do.
Has it like right here, and this is like even with this waterproof case.
Wait, it has it on the back?
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So like so where your finger would naturally go. So like and like this is a waterproof case. Well, it was until I cut like a little hole right here because I couldn't hear anyone while on the phone.
Okay. That doesn't work.
But like but so now it's water resistant. But like even with this little plastic thing, it works.
Yeah.
So like we already are we're already there.
It's getting more and more helpful, and I'm hoping that technology keeps going that way. But like I said, if somebody's able to hack it, it's got to get harder, and that's really the pain. So it's those hackers that are making dyslexic people going crazy right now with those verifications.
I think that's very rude of them.
Yeah.
I think to all the hackers out there, if
that
you guys
if
you guys could just like
numbers,
like stop hacking, I think that would be...
It'd make dyslexia life a little bit easier.
Yeah, and I hope that, hashtag hacking maybe on one of our socials and just say, please stop hacking.
It's making it really difficult.
One we're getting close to time here. I have an interesting piece here. I don't know if it would take a full episode, but I just found a cool quote from an article.
Okay. Where was the article?
It was on... So I
on your phone?
Keep my phone here. It was on...
myphone.com.
The Waco, Texas Tribune Herald.
Oh, Waco, Texas.
I know. Yeah, well, I didn't know that until just now.
There's a bad news story.
Well, there's a good thing. There's a girl named Willow Alexandria, who I'm sure we can find.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Oh. Haven't seen it in years.
Wow.
It's an article about dyslexia awareness. She became an Eagle Scout, which is really hard to do. She raised $400.
How do you scout eagles?
For a charity.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I can't track an eagle.
But I'm surprised you're not an eagle. Well, no, I'm not. Never mind. We've talked about this. She raised $400 for a charity, which, to be fair, I didn't think that was that much money.
Right,
but good for her.
She like 3?
I mean, looks to be 16.
Okay, that's not bad.
I'll send you the link to the article. But she's dyslexic.
Okay.
And that was the big thing about it. And she had a neat quote. She said, troubles with mental math, troubles with organization, blah, blah, blah. The things we talked about a lot.
Yeah.
But she said, dyslexia is a country road, while others are on the freeway. So dyslexia, it's not bad. It just takes longer.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, because
some things come a lot faster.
Exactly. That makes it much more black and white than it actually is.
That sounds like more like an autism thing, actually. So like just taking longer to get
I don't know. It depends on the task.
Yeah, I think that.
I mean, like reading a book. Yeah, it'll take me longer.
I think this article
putting together a furniture. Oh, I'll smoke it.
I'll smoke it.
Yeah,
or a Lego piece, right? Oh, you have to. You need to, off air, you got to look at my thing upstairs, this Lego thing we built, that it's broken, and it just like came broken, and I need you to see if you can fix it. It's
okay, sure.
We'll look at it after this.
All right. I haven't played with Legos in a while.
Yeah, but this was posted 18 hours ago.
Oh, wow.
So
it's very recent.
Yeah, this is very recent, and it's a little, from what I could see from the article with quotes like this, some other stuff. It was exciting because she was younger and she was an Eagle Scout and she had gotten all these badges. But I was like, that's not exactly the direction I think you need to be speaking about dyslexia. And she's young. I'm not blaming Willow by any means.
Right.
But I just think that...
I'm trying to think of like how could it be a country road? And I would say it's...
you can take a lot more paths with a country road.
Yeah,
you can make your own paths.
You notice more things.
And that's
on
how
a country road.
Yep, and you go a little bit
temperature changes,
slower, a little more detailed.
Trees, moss, rivers.
A country road was probably made by a dyslexic person.
Could have been,
right? Because they took their own path and they went their own direction.
Yeah.
So would you call it a bypass then? Because a bypass is just a shortcut route.
Yeah.
But so it's not as long as a country road. So most time bypasses are shorter.
Man.
It's hard to compare it to roads.
Yeah, because it depends on the task.
I would say maybe not the next episode, but let's dive into that a little bit.
You could
maybe
break it apart. Like for
analogy.
reading, it could be like a bad pothole road.
Yeah, for sure.
Just a horrible road, like New Jersey.
Yeah,
road,
exactly.
right?
Like there's no tax money going into it at all.
Yeah, holes everywhere.
But like you said though, if you're gonna
the creative arts, we're a freeway.
Yep.
So
we're a freeway.
And Willow might be thinking about just reading and math.
Well, and she's looking at it from the lens of becoming an Eagle Scout.
Yeah.
And I bet in the lens of like trying to get your badges, trying to do things the proper way, trying to stay within this linear path. I bet to Willow she was on a country road.
I don't know.
But I don't like that she just associated with slowness.
Right.
Right. Because you're right. That's not necessarily an accurate way to look at it.
Crazy fast. Something's
instantaneous.
Yeah.
Whereas other people are like, how did you even get there?
Right.
We've talked about it plenty of times.
I don't want to have to explain it to you.
Yeah, because that's going to take me on
take me forever. I
don't want to take your freeway.
Trust me, we're doing it this way.
Yeah. We're taking a helicopter.
And I'm wondering, like with Eagle, I don't know. I wasn't in Boy Scouts or whatever, but I would imagine a lot of those are task based.
That's what I
like
was
starting
thinking.
a fire with one match or whatever it is.
Yep.
Oh, I would totally get into that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would totally be Eagle Scout.
Did your kids not do it?
No. We're city people, man.
That's true. Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with it.
No, not at all. And again, nothing wrong to Willow. I just thought it was a cool thing because I was like, I don't know how I feel about that. I liked that she tried, right, to put it into something.
Yeah.
Because it's very difficult. But
you almost say, in some ways, did she say life is like a country road?
Dyslexia is a country road.
Okay.
Dyslexia is a country road while others are on the freeway. So with dyslexia, it just takes longer.
Yeah.
And she's from Texas, so there might be
multiplication tables.
Yeah. All that's what I was saying. All the stuff that's standard, of course, it's a... Yeah.
My girls came home from school, they already knew their alphabet. Like one day. You're just like, what?
And you're like,
you know
I
how to
still
write
don't know
it?
the
Like,
alphabet.
I'm still messing up.
I can't do it without a song.
Left and right, no problem. Reading fast. They're killing books. So they'll get a nice thick book, and then come out a couple hours later, I'm done.
Is that cool to watch?
It's great.
Yeah.
And Siri and I have talked about my youngest daughter, where she has certain things that I'm like, that's like a dyslexic person.
Yeah.
But it's really, really slight. So did you do studies on that? Like, is there like a spectrum for dyslexia?
Yeah, for sure.
I feel like there is.
Yeah, there definitely is.
And I don't remember if we talked about it, but I feel like she just has like one toe in the water, just enough to get that creative. She has that really creative mind.
Yeah, but she can handle all the other stuff.
She'll twist it around in a way that nobody else would. And I'm like, that's what I do all the time. You got it.
So, I love that.
But she's also an avid reader and good at math and stuff, which I wasn't.
And she needs that.
Yeah, it's great. Are we at time?
Yeah, I think we're at time.
It's blue.
Yeah, it's blue.
No?
No,
it's not blue. No, it's green.
Now it's green.
Now it's pinky?
Red?
Red?
Is that supposed to be red?
Is that the red?
Yeah.
Maybe salmon.
Wow. Yeah.
Anyway, you want to send us off? I usually send us off. Why don't you send us off?
All right.
Lucas likes us to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yes. No, I got it.
All right. That's a wrap.
That's a wrap. That's a wrap on that
Bye,
one.
guys. Thanks for listening.
Yep. It was a lot of fun.
Woo.
See you guys.
Thank you everyone for joining us on Dyslexics Untied. New episodes every Saturday on Spotify and YouTube. Also, catch us on TikTok.
What is going on, everybody? It is your unicorn expert here once again on the podcast. Now, this week's unicorn fact is, did you know that there was a Roman historian called Pliny the Elder, and he located an animal with the head of a stag, the feet of an elephant, and the tail of a boar, while the rest of the body was like a horse. It had one single black horn, which projects from the middle of its forehead about 2 cubits in length, and it's about 3 feet long.